Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue our journey with Colt and Larissa. Let's get to the show.
Okay, marry the woman that your mother like.
It's not about my mother.
And, okay, take the ring and you.
When she threw the ring on the floor and said that she didn't want to marry me, it really broke my heart. We haven't talked since Larissa told me that she does not want to marry me. So I'm looking for one-way tickets to Brazil.
Even though I love her, I can't live with somebody that is completely unreasonable like that. If she's not happy with me, then she has to go.
All right. He has an interesting way of talking. So he says, I love her, but I don't want to be with someone who treats me that way. I wonder what he means by love exactly. There's some questions that I would have for him. Maybe if I talked to him and got to know him, I would understand his version of love. And I'd be, oh, there's all these nice moments that they have, and he feels the same kind of love that I think other people have. Or is it something else? When he says love, does that mean something else? Because who knows? But we haven't seen love, at least evidence of it on the television show. And of course, the cameras aren't around all the time. Or does he have kind of a different version of love? Or is he so pessimistic about his ability to get love that he's like, well, this is like kind of love and it's good enough, so I'm going to say that it's love because I think this is the best I'm going to get. I don't know. There's just a lot of questions there, because when he says, I'm in love with her, I wonder what's behind that, because we haven't seen that. And other couples will see. We'll see the affection. We'll see the, looking into each other's eyes. We'll see the excitement. We'll see the giving each other the benefit of the doubt, that sort of thing. So I'm not saying it's not there. I'm just saying we haven't seen it like we have with other couples, and I'd have questions.
I took off the ring because I was upset because the coach was trying to blame me for everything. I haven't talked to Debbie and I don't want to. I think that Debbie was telling to John that I was spending his money and tried to take his place in the house. But after through the ring, I feel sorry what I said to Colt and I still want to be Colt's wife. So I hope if I'm sweet, he can forgive me.
Interesting. So now she is saying that she's sorry and she feels bad. So this might actually be the first time we actually see that affection between the two of them. Let's watch.
Hi, Colt.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine.
I feel like Larissa and I are two different people. We're basically polar opposites. She goes from sweet to scary and then back to sweet all in an instant. So when she acts this way, I don't know what to do.
I decided to put the ring back.
So just side note, usually when people say that, they think, oh, it's bipolar. And bipolar is a very complicated condition. And I just want to say that what they just showed in terms of her being very upset and then her being apologetic and coming back, that is not by any means necessarily an indication of bipolar. Bipolar is very complicated. They'll also say, oh, that's borderline. And it's like, well, maybe, but borderline's pretty complicated. So could be, but could not be. It could also just be regular decisions that people make. I mean, some people, they just express themselves in very polar ways. Like they'll get very angry and then they'll be very sweet. And it doesn't mean that there's some kind of mental condition to explain it. It might be confusing and it might bother you, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a DSM diagnosis.
I feel sorry for him, and I wish I could fix it, but make me feel guilt. What are you looking?
I'm looking at flights to Brazil.
No. Are you really looking, or are you trying to behave to me?
Look for yourself.
Oh, pretty soon you put the date.
All right. So if Colt is serious, then okay, you want to break up. You want to put her on a plane and you want this to be over. Nothing wrong with that. Or if he is trying to send a message like, you better be good or I'm going to put you on a plane and I'm not going to marry you and you're not going to get a green card, then we're looking at a different scenario, right? Or he's very hurt and he's trying to communicate his hurt through this screen of saying, I'm going to get you a ticket. I don't know which one it is, so let's find out.
Well, if you're not happy, why do you want to be here?
I never thought that he would be so mean. Try to buy me a ticket in silence. You are really hard with me now.
You threw the ring at me. You told me you didn't want to marry me. You told me...
Yes, I did the stupid action because the ring is amazing, cost a lot, and I could injure him.
Or you can hurt my feelings and break my heart.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, wait, so you're upset at yourself for throwing the ring because it's an expensive ring and you could have injured the ring. It's just another indication of, do they actually love each other? Why are they really in the relationship? Do they care about each other's feelings? Do they worry about the other person's heart?
Yes. Too. It's not I'm not happy. I'm happy with you. I just don't like some behavior that you have.
For example?
You should to protect me while John was really crazy and insane.
You're definitely crazy.
Okay, so I'm the criminal and John is the victim.
I don't care about John. I care about you and I, okay?
All right. So again, I think she has a valid point that she wanted him to support her, at least kind of see the troubles that she went through as John was getting pretty aggressive with her. Instead, you just blamed me, and now you're continuing to blame me, and you don't really care about my feelings as well. You don't care that your friend was calling me the B word and really going after me. So it's a valid concern, and then Colt is still holding fast on this opinion that she was the cause for all the problem. Now, maybe Colt is still very hurt, which I could see. I don't know. Let's continue watching.
Aggressive, ridiculous, and mean.
You had an attitude before they came over.
I knew that John don't like me.
Look, they're my family, okay? And you're alienating me from my own family. You're causing fights.
No, I thought that your mother say some things and you just blame me all the time. It get any woman crazy. It's hard because I truly believe that Debbie say bad things about me, but Colt purposely don't want to take a side.
So it's a little bit more data for both the hypotheses that I have for her. They both could be present. But one hypothesis about her is that she went through traumas early in life where someone was against her, and she's hypervigilant about a nefarious presence nearby, and she is better off assuming that hostility is coming than to not assume that. And she has targeted Debbie with that assumption. That's one. The other one is a schema of entitlement and feeling like she deserves more, and she deserves Colt's full attention. She deserves to get what she wants. She deserves to push people out of Colt's life if she wants that. I'm not saying that she's a terrible person, but there are people who have those sorts of schemas, usually because they were treated badly growing up. So I don't have a strong hypothesis in that zone, but I'm just suggesting that we continue watching.
If you have a problem with me or anyone, sit down, let's talk about it. But you told me you didn't want to marry me, and afterwards you wouldn't talk to me, hid yourself away. I'm an adult. I need to talk to someone like an adult, and you acted like a child. Look, I need a partner, okay?
I'm sorry, Colt. I think that it was so far, so I would like to say I'm sorry.
All right, she seems sincere. I would want to know what she's sorry for exactly, because if she's actually sorry for something, that she did something, that she feels she did something wrong, I don't really see it in the interaction with John. I mean, she could say, I'm sorry for having attitude about John, but I'm still not going to take blame for the way John was talking to me. But I will take responsibility that I wasn't giving him the benefit of the doubt at first. And I will take responsibility that I am causing a lot of chaos, or I'm a part of the chaos. So, but the way she's apologizing right now, I don't know if she's actually apologizing or she's just going through the motions. Let's see if she can follow this up with, I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry for that kind of thing.
No, I love you.
And I want to marry you, darling, and be happy.
I can't not fight with you again like that. You realize that. You do it again, it's over. She apologized.
And then she kissed the ring. Maybe that's her way of symbolizing that she loves him and that she wants to marry him. But it is just another interesting symbol of the focus of this relationship. I don't know. But we didn't hear what she's actually sorry for. Maybe she is very sorry for something that she did, and she does take ownership, and maybe Colt understands that. But we didn't hear it. Maybe we'll hear it in the future. Let's continue watching.
I love her, but is she just going to lose her mind again? Is it going to get worse? If she continues to do this, then I don't want to marry her.
And she'll have to go back to Brazil.
I hope she understands that.
So what I would say to Colt is, okay, makes sense. You're saying that if the relationship is chaotic and hurtful and troublesome, then it makes sense that you're going to say, you know what, let's pull the plug, let's throw in the towel, and let's end the relationship, and that'll be that. But then I would say, okay, it sounds like, and I talk with clients like this, it sounds like you're saying, but I want to give it another try. What are you going to do differently this time as opposed to the past so that it doesn't go in the same direction? Because if you don't do anything, if you don't change, if you don't drastically change your paradigm or your approach or something, or you don't heal from your traumas, or you don't involve a couples therapist or something, then in all likelihood, it's going to go to the same place as it did in the past, but worse this time because you're going to have the compounding pain and hurt from the past. That's what I always want to tell these people on the show. They'll have these reparative moments, and I'm like, okay, great. But what are you going to do about it? Are you going to go to a couples therapist? Because when you have a broken arm, you go to the physician. When you have high blood pressure and you try to reduce salt and yet you still have high blood pressure, eventually you go to the physician. You know, there's a professional out there to help you with that. Anyway. All right, well, that does it for that episode. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.